Jai Hind students, today we are going to do surface area and volume for class 10. We have already done this in class 9th also, where we had done the surface area and volume of cube. Then we had done for cuboid, cylinder, cone, sphere and hemisphere. Then what is new in class 10? Now we have done individually. What happens if we combine these shapes? So let's do for combining the shapes. When we combine two shapes, similar shapes or different shapes, we get new solid figure, and that what we are going to study for class 10. So we come across a cylinder and a hemisphere, then a capsule which is a combination of cylinder with, this is cylinder and two hemisphere attached to both the ends. You can see the figure. Then we have a toy shape with a cone over hemispherical bottom. So you can see in figure there is hemisphere and cone attached to it, and we get a toy or ice cream cone. So there is conical shape and spherical shape combined. So let's move on for the surface area of combination of solids. While calculating the surface area of the combined figures, we should always calculate the areas which solid figures surfaces are visible. We will only calculate area for the surface which are visible, and we will not consider the surfaces which are not visible to us. For example, if a cone is surmounted by a hemisphere, we have to find out the total surface area. So hemisphere and cone, when it is combined, you can see the black portion, the flat surface in the figure. Now when the figures, two shapes are combined, those flat surfaces join each other and we are not able to see those flat surfaces. So visible surfaces are curved surface of cone and curved surface of hemisphere. And then if we have to calculate the surface area of this combination of solid, we will use curved surface area of cone plus the curved surface area of hemisphere. You can see in the figure there is a cylinder, and to the flat surfaces, two hemispheres are being combined. So visible surface is curved surface of cylinder and two curved surfaces of two hemisphere, and we will calculate surface area accordingly. Let's move forward to the example. Mayank made a bird bath for his garden in the shape of cylinder with hemispherical depression at one end. So this is the kind of figure we have for this question. So there is a cylinder and hemispherical depression. Now in cylinder there is no flat surface of the top, but there is a hemispherical depression, and we have to calculate the total surface area of this bird bath. So what we are going to consider is curved surface area of cylinder plus the curved surface area of hemisphere. That is 2 pi r h and 2 pi r square, where we can have 2 pi r common and r plus h. This will give us the area for this bird bath. Now let's move for the volume of combination of solids. Now unlike this surface area, when we combine the solids, we have to calculate total volume of each solid. We have to separately calculate the volume of each solid being combined, and then we add them together to get the solid shape of the volume. There can be combination of solids in the form of adding the two solid shapes, or there can be combination of solids making dent, depression, scooping out anything. So in the figure you can see that there is a cuboidal block where four conical depressions are being made to make it a pencil stand. So if I have to calculate the volume of this penston, I have to calculate the volume of cuboid, and then I have to subtract the volume of 4 cones which are being made depression in it. Let's move on for the example. A solid consisting of right circular cone of height 120 centimeter and radius 60 centimeter standing on a hemisphere of radius 60 centimeter is placed in a right circular cylinder full of water such that it touches the bottom. Find the volume of water if the radius of the cylinder is 60 and its height is 180. So you can see the figure. There is a right circular cone and which is over hemisphere and it's put inside the cylinder. You can also see the figure over there. So the height of cylinder and total height of this combination of solid is same. Whatever is the radius of hemisphere is the same as the height of hemisphere. So the height of cone remains to be 120 centimeter. Here the height of cone is 120 centimeter. Radius of cone and hemisphere both is 60 centimeter. Height of hemisphere is 60 centimeter. Total height of cylinder is 180 centimeter, and radius again because it's just immersed in, so radius of cylinder is also 60 centimeter. Now we have to calculate, find the volume of water. For that we use find the volume of water which is left inside, so volume of cylinder and subtracting the volume of cone and the volume of hemisphere. We do volume of water left putting all the values being given, we can calculate what volume of water is left inside the cylinder when we put this combination of solid inside the cylinder. Now there is another point when we convert one solid form to another solid form. So remember students, the quantity in the solid remains the same and the quantity in the solid is measured by volume. So when we have to convert one solid form to another solid form, we melt one metal to another metal, we melt one solid of one metal to another shape. We always use our volume concept because the quantity or the capacity of the solid remains the same. Let's see an example that there are how many silver coins of 1.75 centimeter diameter and thickness 2 millimeter must be melted to form a cuboid of dimension 5.5 centimeter length, 10 centimeter as breadth and 3.5 centimeter as width. So we are using certain amount of coins to melt and make a cuboid. This cuboid is being made by melting certain coins. So the shape of coins is considered as cylinder and cube. Then another shape is cuboid. We have, if n number of coins are being melted, so n into pi r square, which is volume of cylinder, is equal to L into B into H. We have been given length of cuboid as 5.5, breadth as 10 and height as 3.5 centimeter. We have got pi as 22 upon 7. Radius of coin will be 1.5 centimeter, 1.75 upon 2, and our height is thickness, which is 0.2 centimeter. We equate two volumes to get the number of coins which are being melted to form the cuboid. And we get number of coins as 400 coins. Now we have already done cone in our class 9. Now what happens if we cut the cone from anywhere through a plane at the right angle to its axis? So if a cone is cut parallel to the base and right angle to the axis, we get the shape remained as frustum. Frustum, which means the part. So we are studying here the frustum of cone. This is the part of cone which we are going to study here. So after cutting out, the height remained is h. There are two radii now. One is or R1, another as R2, and the slant height as L. So we have got formula for this as pi curved surface area as pi R1 plus R2 L. If we have to calculate the total surface area of frustum, we have got one flat surface at the bottom and one at the top, and we add the area of both the circles. That gives us total surface area as pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. So it's very easy. We can compare it with the volume surface area of the cone and learn it easily. Now we move to the volume. Volume of frustum is being given as volume of cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. So we have two radii here. So r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2 into h. And this gives us volume of the frustum. Now let's move on to the example of the frustum. A friction clutch is in the form of frustum of the cone and the diameter being 16 centimeter and length and 10 centimeters. So one radius would be 8 centimeter, another would be 5 centimeter, and length is 8 centimeter. We have to calculate its curved surface area. So the first thing we have to calculate here is slant height. The formula for the slant height is being given as L is equal to under root of h square plus difference of the radii square. So we have here 8 square plus 8 minus 5 square. That gives us 64 plus 9 and square root of 73 centimeter. This is our slant height, and our curved surface area would be pi r1 plus r2 into L. We put all the values and we get curved surface area of the friction clutch. Now let's move on for the example of volume. If the radii of the ends of the bucket of height 24 centimeter and 15 centimeter are 15 and 5, we have to find its capacity. So the formula for capacity is another form of calling volume. So 1 by 3 pi r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2 into h. 1 by 3, 22 upon 7, and then we have got r1 square as 15 square plus 5 square plus 15 into 5, and our height is 24 centimeter. Calculating all this, we get the capacity of the bucket. So thank you for now, students.